Hey guys, what is up? The road to Infinity War continues. Today I am tackling the next MCU film, and that is Ant-Man. Now, Ant-Man is a very unique comic book character. For those who don't know in the comics, the first Ant-Man is Hank Pym, the film Scott. Hank in the comics was not one character I kind of really liked at all, honestly, because Hank was a wife beater. He beat his wife, and he was not the nicest guy. He had good intentions, but not always the brightest of minds. So when they decided to do an Ant-Man movie, was it going to be a smart move or not? Well, they decided, this Ant-Man, it's a lot better than the comic, I can definitely say. In the Ant-Man film, we focus on Scott Lang, the second Ant-Man comics. And pretty much we see him trying to get his life back in order after being in prison, trying to be there for his daughter, trying to pay child support and all. But of course, Hank needs his help to stop Darren Cross, who's accessing a formula Hank had kept hidden away, and so he needs to learn to become the Ant-Man and stop him. Now, Ant-Man, honestly, for me, is a very good film, and I definitely do enjoy it a lot. For starters, let's talk about the cast in the film. Paul Rudd. God, he's just so good. He is hilarious, but yet you feel for the character, because you see Scott is just trying to get his life back in order. He tried getting a job at Baskin Robbins, or I tried to get a job, I think at Baskin Robbins, or not. I couldn't remember, but he's trying to get his life back in order. But at the same time, he's been in jail, so it's kind of hard for him to find a job and such. So you gotta love Michael Douglas. Oh my God, he was just so awesome in this film as Hank. And I liked his version of Hank a lot more because he was much older, he had lost his wife, and he's not wanting to get Darren Cross his hands on his formula and such. And he needs Scott's help because he sees that Scott wants redemption. He wants to, be the hero for his daughter and such. And I really did enjoy Michael Douglas in his performance in the film. Let's see, I have the DVD right here. Evelyn Lilly, who played Hope, was honestly fantastic. She was very smart, she was tough. She wanted to be the one to take on being the Ant-Man and everything, but when you learn what happened to her mom and why Hank does not want her in the suit, you feel for his reason, and you still connect with Hope and understand why the way she is and such. So I love Michael Pena. He was just so awesome in the film, and I really enjoyed him a lot. He was hilarious, he was just cool, and he could recap every single Marvel movie leading up to Infinity War, and it would sound very awesome. Speaking of which, Marvel, get him to do that. We want to hear him do a recap of everything. So the second thing I could definitely say about this film I really did enjoy was the visuals. This film was visually awesome. Like, the way they make the look of the visuals, like for the instance, the opening scene where Hank is talking to Howard and Peggy, the visuals they made for what make Michael Douglas young was fantastic, and they did a fantastic job. I couldn't believe that. I was like, oh my God. And then the other thing I really loved in the film was the visuals of the shrinking, is they kept of how he grew from big to small throughout the course of the film, and the visuals on that looked really awesome and such. And the comedy in the film, I have to say, was very good. There were some great hilarious moments, especially by Michael Pena and the gang, to Scott providing some of those chuckles. I really I enjoyed and laughed a lot. So there's some good action scenes in the film, such as the opening of Scott, trying to take down, Hope, training him, to the final battle with Darren in the yellow jacket suit, to him taking on the guards and all that was really awesome and such, and they did a fantastic job with all that. We have some great cameos as well, both by Stan Lee, who cameos as his bartender, which was just hilarious. Just seeing him in that, it is never a dull moment with Stan Lee in the film. I will say that much. Plus, we had a cameo from an Avenger, which was Falcon, played by Anthony Mackie. That was actually an interesting thing, because we heard when the film was out and everything, we heard that an Avenger was going to be featured in it, and to see Falcon, who I love as Cap's friend and all, I really enjoyed, and he was so wonderful in the film that I really did enjoy him a lot. So this film is a very much a heist film. You know, they're trying to they have a big mission, and you see him training to, you know, use the suit and everything so they can stop Darren Cross, who is the main antagonist of the film. Such, so you know, it was very much a heist film trying to they got to break in, they got to get in, follow the plans, but at the same time something goes off with the planning and everything. I also have to say the film. I had a few flaws with the film. First off, was Darren Cross, I should say, not Darren North, Darren Cross, who was the main antagonist of it. He was not a bad antagonist, but the problem with his character is we didn't understand that moment of what happened with him and Hank in the past. If we saw the scene of them, like a young Darren and everything, see that flashback, you know, you would get a sense of why he's resentful to Hank, because you know Hank saw a lot of himself in him, and then he stepped away, you know, because he saw too much of himself in Darren and everything, which was a key thing, you know. And a flashback scene, I just wish they would have had in the film. That would have been nice to have, you know. So, and then the humor. There were times when that humor was a bit too much, I would say. One instance in the film is, you know, when Hank is telling Hope what happened to Janet. You know, she went subatomic. You know, she went so far to stop this missile and everything. And it's kind of interrupted by Scott. He's saying, "Wow, that was awesome." Granted, it's a funny moment, but at the same time, this was a very serious issue, as he had just told what happened to Hope's mom. Because, you know, with Hope in the film, she was, you know, her father had cut off with her for a time, because, you know, she thought he was grieving, but he was trying to find her because he had lost her and everything. And that's understandable and everything, but at the same time, when Paul Rudd's, you know, Scott interrupts, it kind of takes you out of that and such, so. But nevertheless, it's just sometimes the humor did kind of get on me. But that's just a little minor thing. You know, Cross was kind of one of a big thing and such, so. But honestly, Ant-Man is a solid, good film. This film was originally going to be directed by Edgar Wright, but there was conflict issues. He's still credited because some of that work and such was featured in the film. I don't know how much, but you know, stuff happened and all that and such. But, you know, at least he got credit for, you know, doing the story and all that, because, you know, we wanted to give a new take on, you know, Ant-Man and such. Because, you know, Ant-Man is a very unique character, you know. And, you know, like I said, the first Ant-Man in the comics was Hank Pym, but he was, like I said, a white beater. How was anyone going to like him? But they focused on Scott, who was a much better Ant-Man, I would say. And, you know, you understand his character a lot more because he is, you know, trying to get his life back in order. He's trying to see his daughter, who he loves and cares for. And, you know, it was such a very good movie. I really did enjoy it. I especially love seeing the final fight was actually on a Thomas the Tank Engine in Cassie's room, which was hilarious and pretty cool, because you expect the big epic final battle, but in a little girl's room on a Thomas the Tank Engine train was actually pretty awesome, so. But I did enjoy Ant-Man. It's a very good heist film, I would say. I think it's really good. Has good laughs. Good. It's got a good story, good cast, good humor, great visuals, good action scenes, great cameos both by Stan Lee and Anthony Mackie, who were awesome. Just the only things like the humor at times was a bit off here and there, and then of course Darren Cross, who was the main antagonist. Wish we could have fleshed him out more, but nevertheless, it's still an excellent film that I really did enjoy. And this film does also end with two end credit scenes. The first is where we see Hank showing Hope the Wasp costume. Now, this is exciting because we could see Hope take on the role of Wasp, which she is in Ant-Man and the Wasp, which will be coming out this year and everything. And I'm really excited to see her step up as Wasp, because, you know, she is awesome. Hope is a fantastic character. You understand a lot of, you know, she hasn't had an easy life. She and her father didn't have an easy relationship, but she does care. And, you know, I love where he said, you know, it was meant for her and all that. And she's like, it's about damn time. And it just, I love that a lot. So, and the second end credits scene we have in the film is where we see Cap meeting with Falcon, and we see Bucky, and, you know, they're talking about the Accords and everything about what Tony, and then Sam's like, I think I know a guy. And the film ends, and it ends where they're saying Ant-Man will return. And that sets up for the next MCU film, which is another one of my favorites, Captain America Civil War, so. But what is there else to say about it, Ant-Man? But it's just a really good movie. I loved and enjoyed it very much so. Paul Rudd was absolutely fantastic as Scott. I can't wait to see more of him. You know, see him in the new Ant-Man the Wasp film. I really enjoyed Michael Douglas. Evan Lilly was fantastic. Michael Pena and the guys were great. I can't wait to see more of Cassie. She was so lovable and such. So overall, if I had to give Ant-Man a rating, I'm going to give Ant-Man a solid B+. For me, like I said, the two flaws was Darren Cross, who I wish we could explore more with, and then the humor time could have toned down a bit, but nevertheless, it's still an enjoyable film from beginning to end. So in the comment section below, let me know what you guys thought of Ant-Man. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your thoughts when you saw the visuals and everything? Because it's just, the visuals, like I said, it's just so great that they really did a standout job with it and such. So, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel as I've been reviewing each of the Marvel MCU films leading up to the Infinity War coming out this year. Next week, I'm going to be tackling one of my second favorite of the MCU films, and that is Captain America Civil War. If you want to see my thoughts on that, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to be notified of when those future videos will be published. Like and share this video with your friends on social media. Also, follow me up on Twitter at SuperKid801 to follow me up on the latest social media updates and such. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching me talk about Ant-Man. Like I said, it's such a good heist film, great visuals. It's a great movie that I could definitely watch for some good laughs and such, and it's definitely a film I really did enjoy. I got my Ant-Man shirt to prove it, because I definitely enjoyed Scott a lot. So, but anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of Ant-Man, and I'll see you guys next week for Captain America: Civil War. Until then, I will see you guys next time. You guys take care.